Hello everyone, this is Shadow SC2 and I'm going to be casting a viewer submitted 1v1 between the red Zerg player Heaton, spawning in the top right corner of Metalopolis, or technically that would be the 3 o'clock position of Metalopolis, and the enemy, the bad person, is going to be CrazyRabbit, spawning as the blue Terran in the 6 to 7 o'clock position of Metalopolis. And as I submitted, as I said, this is a viewer submitted game. The viewer is going to be Heaton, so we want him to win. Go Heaton! And then the bad end of the enemy is going to be CrazyRabbit. Now, guys, for future games, please tell me what in your email when you submit the game. Please let me know what your rank is and what your opponent rank is, because or give me a website to where I can find your ranks. Because the website SC2, the website that I have been using, SC2 Ranks, has not been giving me accurate information, and it's hard sometimes because they give you anything that matches your name, so it's very hard to tell your ranks. SC CrazyRabbit is going to be going for an early wall off, and it looks like Heaton is going to be going for either a 14 or 15 pool. Not really sure yet. We'll find out if he makes another drone. He has not done that yet. Very peculiar. There we go. There's the 15 drone. And so it looks like he is going to be going for either a 15 pool or a 15 hatchery. I would expect to see a 15 hatchery. That's more standard. As we see the barracks going down for CrazyRabbit. As I forget to pull up that tab, as I always do. Just classic Shadow. And it looks like we are going to see a hatchery go down for Heaton. And it looks like he is going to be scouting and getting up to 16 drones before he makes a spawning pool. It's very interesting. That it's definitely going to make the spawning pool a little later than usual. Going to see how that plays out. Definitely going to be a little concerned for maybe Marines or a bunker rush, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. As it looks like Heaton is going to find his opponent. Anytime that you have a drone set to go up into this area and it stops at the ramp, that probably means that you have a wall off. Either that or you misclicked, but it most likely means you have a wall off. See an extractor going down. Heaton's sticking to about 16 drones. He's not even making an overlord yet, so going to 17. Should be sending guys into gas there pretty soon, as he's got these overlords positioned very, very widely around the map. Very interesting. Against Terran player, it's very awkward to see that many overlords patrolling the map like that. And as you see, the APM not very high, so. But then again, not necessarily as high. It's not necessarily how high it is, it's how you use it. So let's see. Looks like a standard openings for both players, except still not seeing an overlord. Looks like the overlord. Okay, overlord's finally coming out for Heaton, and it looks like we do have a queen going down for both the main and the expansion. So a little different play. Oh wow, oh wow. We see 4 or 5 barracks going down at the same time by CrazyRabbit. So that's very interesting. And okay. So we got. Let's see how many workers do we have here. We have 21 to 14. So worker count definitely in the advantage of Heaton, as CrazyRabbit is going to be going for. Looks like with no gas. He didn't even throw down a gas. Looks like he's going to be going for just a strict marine play. So can be very powerful against what Heaton has right now, as looks like both players getting a little high in the money. Looks like CrazyRabbit doing a little bit of better job to keeping it down. As we see the speedling upgrade coming down, looks like it's about almost halfway. So as we look, we see a lot of supply depots going down, a lot of idle SCVs. You need to make sure you shift click those back to the mineral line. Let's look at the income tab. Looks like, yeah, Heaton is starting to pull away a little bit, almost double of what CrazyRabbit has. But the main reason is because he has these, at least, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you count that SCV on that supply depot just sitting, not doing anything. Really needs to get those back to work, as he is getting those back to work now. And it looks like Heaton right now, looks like a baneling nest, so he is wanting to do a baneling bust, as he is just kind of gathering around. A lot of Marines coming down for CrazyRabbit. With that baneling nest is very, very good. Very well placed, and very well timed, as that will be popping up pretty soon, about half the time by 30 seconds. And it looks like Heaton is going to be able to see all of these barracks. Looks like CrazyRabbit not seeing that just yet. He really needs to take that Overlord out so that Heaton doesn't see too much, but it doesn't look like he's going to really worry about it. Is he going to send him? Is he going to send him? Come on, CrazyRabbit, come on. Looks like no, he's just going to go for it, which actually looking at what Heaton has, that is actually going to be a very powerful force as the Baneling Nest just comes up. So it looks like Heaton is going to be able to repel this if he can get some Banelings out in time. However, these Zerglings are still, they're just now popping out. Needs to get some Banelings out very quickly. Needs to morph some Banelings in now. Looks like this is, how many units do we have right now? Looking at the units tab, 25 Marines to 19. Oh, wow. That's, If he micros those correctly, it looks like the Banelings coming in. He needs to pop those, needs to kill him. And he does not lose a single Marine to the Banelings. Looks like he's going to lose a few there, but doesn't lose. He loses 3 Marines to 4 to 5 Banelings. He's losing some there, but Heaton in a very tough spot. He did go for a very macro style play at the beginning. Looks like he's going to be morphing in a lot of Banelings. Looks like 10 Banelings coming in at the top of the round. Heaton going to be losing, CrazyRabbit going to be losing some Marines to those Broodlings coming out of that hatchery. Looks like he is down to 24 Marines, but that is a lot of Marines. He needs to micro back. Don't lose any Marines. Come on. Micro, back. Oh, big hit. Trying to split his Marines, but he is losing a lot, and he is going to lose more there. Oh my goodness. Very well played by Heaton. Does have a lot of Zerglings back. Still has a lot of money, so can potentially make a very powerful force. Looks like these Zerglings are going to finish up what those Banelings started. And as we see now, looks like CrazyRabbit completely stopped SCV production to make Marines. And as we can see, that is hurting him right now, as it is 45 to 27. So looking at everything at the field right now, looks like Heaton definitely has an advantage. Looks like he's going to try to Baneling bust right now, and these Marines are not in a position right now to stop that. He really needs to move these Marines a little closer, as he's going to be moving up to see. Heaton's going to move up, and he's going to see there is a wall there, a lot of Marines there. So he's just going to move back, probably going to make some more Banelings. And oh my, look, even a Spire coming down. Going to be very interesting to see what that does. Usually you don't really want to go one base Spire. It's probably not the easiest thing to do by any means, but he is going to be throwing that Spire down. I personally believe this attack is probably I'm kind of torn on this. I'm not sure whether I like the placement of that or not, simply because Banelings can do a lot of damage, but with that Supply Depot down, he can micro back if he wants to. Oh no, he's going to get off guard. Those Banelings need to. Oh my goodness. Those Marines just getting taken out. Oh my, that was just bad timing. That was good timing on Heaton's part and bad timing for CrazyRabbit, as right now looking at the income tab, it's still Heaton has a very big economic advantage. Does have a Spyro, so he can go for some mutas if he wants to, but I think right now the smart thing to do would just be to keep busting this wall down, as it looks like he is going to get that wall down finally. He's going to send these Zerglings in. He really needs to get a good surround, but those are a lot of Marines. Is he going to get the surround? Yes, he is going to get the surround on the Marines. He's going to completely take out all of these Marines. Looks like Marines are holding their own there. They're doing a very good job. But looks like the Zerglings started to attack that bunker. So he is going to pull back. He does have a lot of Zerglings coming in right now, though. So it looks like he is going to pull back, get a lot more Zerglings, and attack that front once again. And this attack should definitely be the final blow. Oh, excuse me. Lord have mercy. But more Marines coming in. However, I just don't know that he will be able to deal with this. CrazyRabbit's minerals are just so low. But looks like this will be close to a GG for CrazyRabbit. I don't really know what he can do, as he is losing a lot of units, and Heaton is just streaming in more Zerglings, and all the Marines are dead. Doesn't look like he has very many minerals to work off of. 3 Marines are going to come up, but that is just not going to be enough. Just relentless Zerg attack, and now he's just going to kill all of these SCVs. Going to force a GG very soon. If CrazyRabbit does not GG very soon, I really don't know what he can do. Oh, he's going to lift. Oh, is he going to fly around? Is he going to make Heaton work for this? I really don't know. But it looks like Oh, and there. Okay, not even a GG. That's the end of the replay. Oh wow. So, as you can see, the Zergling's just a very powerful Zergling Bageling being a very powerful attack, a very powerful composition against the mass Marines. And now I can only imagine that this was not a very high level play. Both players hitting a lot of bumps. That 16 pool little late, just because that pool came so late. The Zerglings weren't quite out in time to deal with those Marines. But CrazyRabbit doing something, he cut a lot of SCVs, actually did not make SCVs after, I'm not sure, after about the 5-minute mark. And I believe it was the 5-minute mark. But he did not make SCVs for a while, and you see a lot of mineral, a lot of energy saved up in this orbital command. Yeah, it's about the 5-minute mark where he just did not make any SCVs. Just going for a lot of Marines, which a lot of Marines can be very, very good if you're doing it early. However, he did not do this quite early enough of a push because he made all of these barracks. He could have stopped at 3 barracks, and that's 450 minerals. That's going to be 7 Marines that he could have popped out fairly quickly. But as I mentioned, this is probably not a very high level of play, but you know what? It's interesting nonetheless. And guys, I need your input on something. I want to know whether the lag. My computer is not the best. Running this on medium shaders is pushing it very hard, as I'm sitting at about 14 to 15 frames per second. I can lower this to low and then put all of the detail stuff such as texture and terrain to ultra, and it will actually run at about 40, and it'll basically look like an anime. It'll basically look like a cartoon that is extremely detailed. No blur. It'll actually look just as detailed, just not as, I guess you could say, realistic. The lighting won't be as near as good, but but the texture, I think it looks really good. If you guys want to see a game like that, I will cast the next game like that. I'm actually going to cast the next game like that, and you guys can just vote on whether you like the smoothness or you like the realism of the medium. So thanks guys, thank you Heaton for sending this game in. I really appreciate it. It was not the highest level of play, but it was definitely a very good learning play. It was you can learn a lot of things from it. I will let you guys figure that one out, because I think it's good for players to sit here and look at a replay and just figure out what's wrong. And but I will note that stopping SCV production for CrazyRabbit did hurt his economy very badly, and I think that 16 pool really set his pool back enough to where if he had actually been rushed by a bunker rush, then he would have actually been in a lot of trouble. But you know, that's different styles of play. You get to see different styles and get to see how they work. So thanks guys. I know this is the first video I have done in a while. I apologize. School, work, and also I live in the South. For any of you have noticed the tornadoes that have come through the South, I live in Mississippi in the northern part. So my area did get hit very badly by the tornadoes. Have a lot of trees down. Been doing a lot of work around the house trying to get them cut and out of the yard so the yard does not look like a total redneck. But thanks guys, hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys later.